Guys, where you spend your eternity is in your hands. Where you spend your eternity is in your hands. God has given us the power of choice. We have the power of choice. There's a lot of people that you're not saved. And just at a time in my life when I turned away from God, it was really based on what I see people who say that they're saved doing or not doing, right? We also look at the world and all that's going on, and then we question God. And sometimes it's just what's going on in your life. Certain things may happen. You say, well, God, if you're truly real, how could you give me an abusive mother, abusive father? Why did you allow me to lose all my family? Why did you cause this to happen? Why was I born in poverty? Why was these things happen? And so you decide, I don't want to know the Lord. But you have to understand that as the heaven is higher than the earth, so are his thoughts and his ways higher than ours. The word of God says to trust in the Lord with all our heart, not to lean to our own understanding. In all our ways acknowledge him, and he'll direct our path. If you acknowledge God in all your ways and try to understand God in the sense of, Lord, I'm going to totally give my heart to you, he will show you and help you to understand why certain things are happening or has happened. Because if you're not going to understand spiritual things, if you don't submit yourself to the Lord, if you're angry and you're mad at God for certain things, then it's going to be very hard for you to be able to hear his voice and to see the things that he's trying to show you. But what I'm saying, there's going to come a time that let's take out the return of God altogether out of the picture. We know that's going to happen, but people will argue and say, well, that's been said for all these years, whatever. But what you do know for a fact is that death comes. And when you die, your physical body stops, but now your eternity begins. Where are you going to be? Are you going to be there saying how this person is a reason why you didn't get saved? This church is a reason why you didn't do the things of God. That pastor, your brother, your mother, your father, your ex-husband, your life, your sickness is a reason why I didn't want to know you, God. The greatest deception and the greatest deception that the enemy uses is unbelief. People just don't believe in God, or they believe in some of the Bible, but not all of the Bible, or they believe these deceptive things that they are taught even in the church. And the reason why people go through so many different things and they're lost is because they don't take their salvation into their own hands. They sit in church and let somebody pick and choose what they're going to teach you that day. And you believe it. This, the word of God, is the truth and the light. You can sit and you can read it. I am on a quest to know God. Okay, I want to be a Christian, or I am a Christian, right? And I've decided I'm going to totally live for Christ. Well, I need to be knowing God more than just what my grandma used to tell me about when we were younger and what the preacher says. I search out the things of God to know God more. This is just a piece of it. This is what people don't understand. The word of God is just a piece. The rest of it is going to be spiritually discerned, and God reveals himself to you. That's why people can read the same book and come up with all kinds of stuff to justify their unbelief, and God allows that. This word is spirit. The word of God is quick and powerful, is sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and the joints and the marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart. So guess what? When you open this book and your heart is not right, you're just in here to find fault. Well, the word is reading you too. When you think you're reading the word, it's reading you. And it knows that the intent of your heart is to find fault, so you will find it. You want to be in darkness? Well, this word will not become illuminated to you. You want to find faults, and you want to find a reason to go argue with somebody? This word is going to give you just what you're looking for so you can go fight your battles. But when you come, sometimes even people now, there's a true story of a journalist who went in the word of God to find fault. And God opened up his heart and let him see some things that changed his whole approach and his whole agenda. So it could be one way or the other. But the thing is, you have to know God so that he can reveal himself to you. It's not just 1 + 1 is 2 with God. He's supernatural. There's a lot of you that you just going to church and doing a lot of things, and you're not going to heaven because there's certain things that you're not doing. You're going to church, but you're not doing what God has called you to do. You're going to church, but there's still certain things that you are omitting and you are ignoring and you're not doing. Certain of you are just totally fixated with leadership, fixated with doing other type of things, but then there's some things that God is trying to show you, but you're not listening. God is just merely something to do on Sundays and when you need him, and just for some acts of, feeling good, you do some acts of kindness and all of that. Get to know the Lord for yourself. Your salvation, your eternity is in your hands, whether you choose God or you don't choose God. But it's time to get vigilant, guys. Christians, get out of the cookie cutter thing of what you think being a Christian is. Study your word. Pray. When's the last time you fasted and it wasn't a corporate fast? How often do you sit and get into the word of God? How often do you sit to hear what God is saying to you? How often are you out there winning souls? Winning souls is not what you do on Sunday. And don't be like, well, I won 1 soul last year. You got to keep doing it. You got to keep telling people about Jesus Christ. And winning souls is also with your life. That's the greatest way that you're going to win souls. Somebody's always watching you. Anyway, guys, for the sake of just this video and cutting it, because I have some other things I have to do, just remember, your eternity is your choice. You must be vigilant. You must be diligent. You must be persistent in the things of God. Seeking God out so you can truly know who he is. All right, guys, don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe. Peace out.